So students, today we will talk about how do an organism reproduce. So what is reproduction, students? What is reproduction? Reproduction. Reproduction is a process in which an organism produce young ones of their own kind. Right? So what is reproduction? To produce young ones, not the adults directly, of their own kind. Mind it, it is own kind. A human can only produce humans, not the giraffe or cows or buffaloes, right? It is their own kind, right? So what is the need of reproduction, guys? Is this reproduction meant for what? Reproduction is meant for three things basically. And what these are? For continuation of generations and for existence of their species and also for evolution too. So the 3 points are continuation of generation, existence of their species and also for evolution. For evolution purposes, there always be some mutation, there should be some change, and that change should be in DNA. So we should talk about that DNA which is present on chromosome, and that chromosome is present in nucleus, and we all know this nucleus is present in cell, students. So I will make a diagram and make it more clarified, right? So students, let's draw the diagram of cell. I am making a human cell. This is cell, and this is cell membrane. This is cytoplasm, and finally this is a nucleus. This nucleus contains a chromatin material. This chromatin material is haphazardly distributed in nucleus. At the time of cell division, this chromatin material condensed to form what? Chromosomes, students. And this chromosome also contains what? DNA. I am making the diagram of DNA. Look students, this is DNA. As you can all see, this is double stranded model of DNA. One strand and it is second strand. So what is present in DNA? I made a trick to understand it and to learn it. It consists of mainly three things. B means base, S means sugar, and P means phosphate. So the DNA consists three things: B, S and P. So students, this base and sugar together form nucleoside. And this base plus sugar plus this phosphate, these three combine to form what? Nucleotide. Let's suppose this base sugar phosphate as this marker B. So what is a gene which is present on DNA? Gene is the sequence of these nucleotide sequences. What is gene, students? Gene is the sequence of nucleotides which is present on DNA. And this gene is responsible for the transmission of characters from parent to their offsprings, their childs. Right? So, this is something about DNA. Right? So, the DNA is responsible for the transmission of character, for the continuation of generations, and also for what? Mutation, which will lead to evolution. Right? This is all about DNA. So, student, we will further talk about the types of reproduction. Right? So, the students always get confused the types of reproduction, making this more easier. Right? So, the reproduction is of two types: asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Right, students? So, asexual reproduction. What is asexual reproduction? The reproduction in which there is either formation of gametes or there should be no formation of gametes, but the parent organism divide to form two individuals. This is called asexual reproduction. In many books it is written, the gametes are not formed. But I am saying the gametes are formed in some individual. This is asexual reproduction. But in sexual reproduction, the gametes, male and female gametes are formed necessarily. And these gametes fuse to form a zygote, which is the offspring we call it. Right, students? So, what are the types of asexual reproduction? We will talk about that. First is binary fission. Second is budding. Third is fragmentation. Fourth is sporulation. Fifth is regeneration. And sixth is vegetative reproduction. And the sexual reproduction in plants and animals has been divided further. So, we will talk one by one about all the reproductions. So,